Hey! Welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and a creative coach located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do video tutorials throughout the week, which are posted on my Facebook page, Stamp with Shel, my Stamp with Shel YouTube channel, and on my blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. The blog post will have photos and links as well as a full tutorial with measurements and instructions so that if you like my project, you can easily recreate it for yourself. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime at andersonshel@gmail.com. If you live in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours. If you live in Canada and would like to become a demonstrator, contact me by phone or by email anytime for more information, and I can help you out with that. Okay, on to the fun stuff. Today we are playing with a sneak peek stamp set from the January 2024 mini catalog. We are going to play with this super cute stamp called Doggone Friendly, and it is a big background stamp, and I'm also using the Stylish Shapes dies. As you can see, I have not used this stamp at all. I haven't even got it put together, so I'm going to put this together right now. Sorry, I'm sure you can hear the dogs barking outside. This big background stamp is, I'm going to, a standalone background stamp. There's no other stamps, there's no dies, there's no greetings, so we have to use this to make our own DSP and then create our card. So there we are, all ready to go. Now I'm going to pull in my Stamparatus for this. I know that we can't buy this anymore, and for that makes me really sad. However, there's tons of stamp positioners out there on the market. Many of you have this, many of you have others. My Sweet Petunia has a fabulous one. Not as fabulous as this one, which kind of makes me sad, but that's just my personal opinion. So yes, I'm using this because I want to stamp this multiple times to get a really nice impression. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pen and I am going to mark my corners. Because this is a background stamp, I can't put magnets on it. And that's going to make me sad. Because magnets make our lives... Ugh, did you see me snap those together? Darn it. Alright, so I'm also going to take a piece, if I can find my tape, of double-sided tape. And I marked those corners just to oh, I've got the wrong tape. Heavens to Murgatroyd, I get talking and I don't know what I'm doing. I marked those corners just in case it slips. Okay, so I'm going to take some double-sided adhesive and I am going to tape this down. Actually, I'm going to tape it right. No, I've got so many things under here. There. there. I'm going to tape it right to there, and that way I know it won't move. That's very, very sturdy. All right, I'm going to take my stamp. Since I just took it out, I want to make sure that there's no oils or anything on there from the manufacturing process. I'm just going to give it a good cleaning. There. All right, now we're going to load this onto our cardstock, and something like that. And I am going to stamp this on Crumb Cake with Memento black ink. All right, let me get my tool here. And we'll give this a really good press. Now that's nice, but it's not really crisp, and that's what I want, is a nice crisp image. So I'm going to ink it again and stamp it again. Oh, look at that. It's getting better. That is why I love these stamp positioner tools, because you can stamp in exactly the same place time and time again. What a difference, eh? Right here on this side needs a little more. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. Now, I can get this peeled off without covering myself in ink. Set that aside, and I can easily clean this up. Squeaky clean. All right, let's set this aside and this aside, and we will get back to our card. All right, I'm gonna, while that's drying a little bit, I'm going to bring in my card base, and I've chosen basic black. I want to coordinate with the ink color that I used. So basic black it is. And this is just a standard card base. And for the inside, Oh, better put the cover on that. Put it away. For the inside, heavens, I've got things everywhere here. I have 4 by 5 1/4. And we're just, if I can get my Tombow going here, I forgot to put the cover back on it. I was using it a little bit ago. So that could have been bad. And we'll just pop this in place so there's a nice border around there. Beautiful. All right. Now, back to our card. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Now, I haven't decided if I'm just going to leave it all dogs as DSP or if I'm going to color one of them. But I think I'm just going to leave it. This time, this is the first time I've used this stamp. So I'm just going to, wait a minute. Let's take that glue off of there. Had an idea. Take off that temporary adhesive as well. That's the beauty of that stuff. You just rub it with your finger and all the glue comes off. So you're not committed to anything. Let me get, here we go. Check this out. I don't think I'm going to glue anything together quite yet. I think I'm going to color that ribbon. That's what I think I'm going to do. All right, we're going to set this aside for a minute and we're going to work on our focal image. I need a piece of crumb cake. And I had one here a minute ago. My scrap bin is getting crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. There it is. All right. Actually, that's not the piece I had. I had another piece, I thought. All right, we'll use this one. We need to do some stamping. Now, I have 2 circles that I've die cut using the Stylish Shapes dies. A large black one, which is going to be for my focal image, and a smaller one that is going to be for my greeting. Now, we already know that this stamp set is a background stamp, so I had to go into my stash to find some stamps that would coordinate. So, these are not Stampin' Up! Stamps. These are other brand stamps, so just so you know, I am going to stamp this cute doggo to use as my focal image, and I am going to stop what I'm doing, bring that Stamparatus back in here, and we're going to use this so that I can stamp it multiple times if need be, because I want a nice crisp clear image. Now I'm going to go down in the corner with my paper, so that's like that. Then I'm going to grab my magnets that are stuck together and hold that paper in place. And we are going to stamp this guy in black ink. And believe it or not, this is the first time I've used this stamp set. And I've had this for probably 10 years, if not more. The glue stuck to me. Isn't he cute? And you're going to have to forgive the quality of these stamps because these are not photopolymer, they're acrylic stamps. I think that's cute. All right, I'm happy with that. While we're here, let's flip our plate over because we can. And let's stamp our greeting. I need a magnet and the greeting stamp. And this greeting says, in dog years, you're still a pup. A zinger, huh? So, I've got a magnet down here too. We'll pick that up and ink this up. In dog years, you're still a pup. Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll peel that off and put it on the other side. And I have another greeting that says, happy birthday. And I'll pick that one up and stamp that. There we go. All right, let's put that ink away. We'll set that aside for a minute. And we'll get this out of our way. And now we have this doggo. So we should color his tongue. I would think should be real red. Oops, not that end. Cute. And now we should have light smoky slate for his nose. Oops, wrong end again. There we go. Now, what color shall we color him? I'm going to take some Pebbled Path and test that. That's light Pebbled Path. This is light Crumb Cake. And this is dark Crumb Cake. I think when this one dries, it's going to be hardly noticeable. I think this one's too dark. I'm going to go with the Pebbled Path. And I'm just going to do my edges first while I wait for those to dry a bit so that I can see what they're going to look like for sure. Because I don't want my doggo to be too flat. I'm not being too fussy. I don't want you guys sitting here all day. All right. So this is the pebbled path. Now that these have dried some, I'm going to bring in the dark crumb cake, and I'm going to fill in with dark crumb cake. And then I'm going to bring the pebbled path back in and try to mimic some fur. And how I'm going to do that is just little flicks with the bullet tip of the pebbled path marker. When I'm done with this one, I'll bring this up to the camera so you can see that. Hopefully you can see there is a variation in color between the two. Not a great variation, but a variation. Maybe I'm going to bring in a different color for the flicks. Let's try this. No, that's definitely, that was number 400. That was definitely too light. So we'll go to 300. Yep, that's good. So I'm just going to start all over doing little flicks of fur. And I am by no means a great colorer, but this is the only way I know to mimic fur. So if anybody else has any tips for me, I would love to hear them. I've been practicing this fur technique on the bears in, what's the name of that bundle? Fluffiest Friends. I've been doing that on them, and I found that if you use two different colors when you do this flicking, that it looks better. However, I'm not going to do that today. You don't need to sit here and watch me put color on here. You get the gist of what I'm doing here, just flicking little short strokes. All right, now I'll bring that up close again so you can see that. And there is a time delay, so just bear with me a moment while I show you this. All right, so you see there's some texture in there. Now I'm going back in with light crumb cake. Oops, wrong end. And the big end. And I'm just kind of blending it all together quickly. Not staying in any one place. I'm going to leave this leg and show you the difference between the two. You see that? This one is more not blended, I guess, for lack of a better word. So there's our doggo. Now I'm going to grab some snips and cut him out. And quickly, I'm just going to go fast and dirty, moving the paper, not my scissors. smoother cuts if you move your paper. Whenever I move my scissors by mistake, I get a more jagged cut. We don't want jagged cuts. I also try to stay close on the back third of my scissor, not at the tips, unless I'm going to cut off, then I don't mind using my tips. There we go. There is our doggo. Now we can bring this back in and lay out our card and see how we want to do this. Something like that. Or we can put that up in the corner there and this down here. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. I like these two little dogs. They're my favorites. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to run a ribbon down here and tie a knot. So we're going to need about that much to wrap around. First, actually, let me get a piece of tape. Somewhere right there. And wrap it around the back, and we'll peel. I have no fingernails whatsoever. Sorry, I know I'm off camera, but I can't see. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're going to start this ribbon and wrap it around the back. And continue and wrap it around the back. Now, one thing I did forget was to leave an opening so that I could tie a knot with a little piece of ribbon. So I just need a little spot that I can slide this through. And then we'll glue it back in place. We are on the home stretch here. All we need to do is glue a few things in place. All right, let's tie our little knot. Beautiful. I'm going to trim those tails down. Let me get my ribbon scissors for that. So I get a nice crisp cut. And there we go. Now, let's get this onto our card front. Oh, I should trim that off. We don't need that great big piece. All right. Let's get some Tombow on here. Just like so. There we go. All right. Pop this in place like so. Beautiful. Aren't they cute? So cute. Now we need some dimensionals. Let me grab some of those. And we will put some dimensionals on the back side of our large black circle. There we go. this one will go somewhere right there. I want as many of those little doggy faces showing as possible. And then I'm just going to put one dimensional here because I'm going to overlap that a little bit. And now this doggo was a little warped from all the coloring is going to go also on dimensionals. And I'm going to be generous on this because it is so warped. I put a lot of ink on there when I was coloring. Alright, let's get all those paper backings off. There we have it. And we're going to stick this guy right there. How cute is that? In dog years, you're still just a pup. Happy birthday. Super cute. So that, my friends, is the new, coming soon to you, Doggone friendly background stamp. And as you could tell, super simple. I mean, I was torn because my initial idea was that I was going to just stamp the background stamp and then I was going to color one of the dogs. I was thinking this one here, and use that as a focal image until I found this stamp set, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll do it this way. So that is coming to you in January in the new mini catalog. And don't forget that in January will be celebration as well, so you'll be able to earn freebies. How fun is that? So that is it for today, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.